Do you know what will always sound awesome? Video game music. Necessity is the mother of invention, and back when video game hardware only had so many channels to make music with, the composers of the past made some amazing tunage that still resonates with gamers today, which is why it shouldn't be too big of a surprise to know that artists are still making ear love with chiptunes. Bands playing music off of old gaming equipment is going strong and becoming more mainstream. If you ever wanted a crash course in the history of chiptunes, there's a great documentary called Reformat the Planet. It's all about Blip Festival and showcases a bunch of awesome artists from all around the world. It's available on Hulu for free, so you really have no excuse not to check it out. Games today have come a long way since 2D sprites were the norm and 3D was atrocious. But as far as games still made in 2D today, it's primarily indie developers who are making awesome works of art. But that's a hard market to be successful in, let alone trying to get it released for one of the three main consoles' download-to-own services. You're in a real bind if you do find a release on the Wii's less than pitiful WiiWare service. But my mantra rings true. If you make a quality product and have a kick-ass soundtrack, they will come. Case in point, Bit.Trip. And there's no better series to start Audiophiles off with than the composer and special guest stars of the Bit.Trip series. Crank it up. Bit.Trip is a series of games created by Gaijin Games in Santa Cruz, California. There have been 6 games released in the franchise, with a 7th on its way in 2012. The games in the franchise are Beat, Core, Void, Runner, Fate, and Flux. Each were released on WiiWare starting in 2009. 2 titles were then released on Steam for PC, and all 6 have been re-released for the 3DS and the Wii as a complete set. It is the only WiiWare game to be re-released on disc. That alone should speak volumes about how popular the series is, and rightly so. Go play them, now. I'll wait. Alright, now for the music. Each game in the series features about 12 tracks each. Usually 2 of those tracks are composed by a spectacular chiptune artist. The rest of the tracks are composed by Matt Harwood, who composed the music for games like Homefront and Alien Hominid. In fact, it wasn't until very recently that it was unearthed that Matt did the music for all the games. Destructoid editor Jonathan Holmes managed to track him down for an interview, who does an infinitely better job at explaining his awesomeness than myself. You can check out that interview right here. The first game is called Bit.Trip Beat, and is best described as Guitar Hero meets Pong. Beat features 2 songs by Joshua Davis, aka Bitshifter, Move to Intercept, and The Information Chase. Besides his music, Bitshifter is most well known for being co-founder and co-curator of the International Blip Festival. Bitshifter also contributed to the 6th game in the series, Bit.Trip Flux, a reversed, more difficult version of Beat. His track Strange Comfort headlights the title screen. Bit.Trip Core, the hardest one to pick up and play because of its unique gameplay style, like that of Tiger Electronics' Simon Meets Pong, features Haeyoung Kim, aka Bubbly Fish. She does 2 tracks, Translucent and Ah. Nah. Among being featured at Blipfest, her works have punctured museums across the country, including the American Museum of the Moving Image and the New Museum. Bit.Trip Void is most visually striking title in the bunch, featuring Jeremiah Johnson, aka Null Sleep, on 2 tracks, Valentine Final and Galaxy Tonight. Besides putting out a ton of awesome music, he also created 8-Bit Peoples, a sort of directory of chiptune artists. You can check out that website right here. Bit.Trip Runner is by far my favorite in the bunch, as well as a ton of other people. Runner features another personal favorite band of mine, Anamanaguchi. Anamanaguchi consists of Peter Berkman, James DeVito, Luke Silas, and Ari Warner. Besides creating Runner's 2 tracks, Blackout City and Mermaid, you may also know their music from another loving retro tribute, Scott Pilgrim vs. the World, the video game. Bit.Trip Fate, an on-rail shooter, features Minus Baby on the tracks Left, Sucka's MCs, and A Large Part of Your Mind Sliced. Minus Baby, aka Richard Alexander Carabalo, who has toured both the States and across the pond in Europe, is most well known for his awesome music and blend of visuals during his performances on stage. As you can tell through your ear holes, this is pure gaming bliss, and the artists who became part of each project not only made great games even better, but added a personality to each game. In addition, it's super exciting to know that a sequel to Bit.Trip Runner, Bit.Trip Runner 2, please change the name, is coming soon. You can even watch the development roll along at their development blog. As far as the music for the sequel goes, we know that Matt Harwood will return. We've also been given a taste of the music. You're listening to the first of 10 tracks for the game. If you haven't played these games before, you can pick them up fairly cheap. For Wii owners, buy it on disc and you'll save a good $20 on a new copy. CDs are also available for all the games as a digital download for $5.99 an Apple. For Audiophiles, I'm Chris DeWitt.